what kind of message you would like to give, especially for the small town colleges, where they should develop their people for companies like you?
Our industry, like transformers and motors, right? There can be some curriculum which is based only from the industry perspective,
Correct.
which can give the candidates a, a holistic view of how work happens actually.
हिमांशु, व्हाट आई फील कि बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स तो सभी के क्लियर होना चाहिए, चाहे आप हो, चाहे मैं हूँ, चाहे स्टूडेंट्स हैं या वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स हैं। तो मुझे लगता है जिसके बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स क्लियर हैं वो कुछ भी कर सकता है। सो सिमिलरली, डू यू recommend something or you follow something which is very very useful for you, like as a mentor or Instagram handles or some kind of a podcast, any book, anything which can help others?
You tend to get creative when you fail and overcome that failure. Resilience also plays a very important role to on your mental health.
True.
Yeah, so how you think is also important.
मुझे लगता है जैसे आपने लॉ डिग्री का बात किया, तो ये कुछ दिन में इंजीनियरिंग डिग्री की तरह होने वाला है।
Yeah, true.
एंड व्हाट आई फील, as you said, 60% people said by choice, not by choice, by chance. So वो by chance मुझे लगता है इसलिए भी है क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं आजकल बच्चे अपनी चॉइस और पैशन के बजाय दूसरों को देख के इन्फ्लुएंस होते हैं और उसके हिसाब से अपना करियर चूज करते हैं, इंस्टीड ऑफ what suits them, or instead of identifying what is made for them. So why it is so?
Yeah, so as I said, that they get influenced. Yeah, I can relate it to my son. So we recently watched a movie on Indian Air Force, and he next day became a pilot.
Oh.
Yeah. So so that's how it works. Typically, you get carried away by these personalities and the kind of they represented on the screen. Having said that, I've given you 3-4 pointers in the earlier discussion that align your goal, right? Then think in terms of whether your ability fits that goal. Are you really passionate about what you will be doing? Seek help and seek help from best of the I'll tell you a fantastic example here. I buy a lot of fruits from my fruit vendor, and one day I just saw one guy standing besides him, who's young guy and very fit, and so I just checked with him, is he your son? तो उसने बोला हाँ ये मेरा बेटा है, ही इज़ ट्राइंग फॉर सम करियर। बोला क्या करना चाहते हो? बोला सर आई वांट टू जॉइन द आर्मी। मैं बोला कमीशन्ड ऑफिसर, नॉन कमीशन्ड ऑफिसर? ही सेड कमीशन्ड ऑफिसर। So I got impressed by him because generally people flunk here. They don't know difference between a commissioned officer and a non-commissioned officer, right? I thought the first thought came to my mind is he's informed.
Yeah.
He knows what he wants.
Yeah.
Right? A fruit seller's son. Huh? And then he told me, sir, I want to. मैंने बोला कहाँ से करोगे? So then he told me that I want to do it from either from NDA or IMA, but my preference is NDA.
Wow.
मैं बोला I was amazed, and I told him. So he told me that I don't have, reference in terms of where to start. बोला don't worry, I'll help you. And I gave him a reference where he contacted. 5-6 दिन चले गए, I forgot, and then I just went for buying fruit and I checked with him. To my surprise, his father told me that he's now in Dehradun. The reference that you gave was superb.
Wow.
And he's pursuing his coaching for his NDA. Super. During the conversation, I also checked with him that he's physically fit. Pull-ups कितने मार लेते हो? Running कितनी कर लेते हो? So he told me that sir, मैं preparation कर रहा हूँ तो 5-6 किलोमीटर भाग लेता हूँ, 15 pull-ups खींच लेता हूँ. So the basic things were there, and I thought he's serious. So why not help him? And I helped him with some contact, and he's now doing that. And probably I wish him the luck that he becomes a army officer. So true. This is what I'm trying to tell you,
right,
from this example.
एक्चुअली ये बहुत करेक्ट है, बिकॉज बेसिक प्रिपरेशन ही नहीं है एंड पीपल आर सेइंग इट like this is my passion.
Correct.
So how you can trust them?
Absolutely.
Right.
So that preparation, that sitting back and analyzing what you are, what you want to do, and where you want to go, is very important.
So as it's in India, like एक सिस्टम, जुगाड़ सिस्टम जो बहुत ही पॉपुलर है और ये हम सबके ब्लड में है बाय डिफॉल्ट. So any time which is like you used any jugaad for your life or your career?
Jugaad, I do every day, right from cooking in the kitchen. I like cooking, so I do a lot of cooking, right from cooking in the kitchen to my practical, day-to-day life. See, Jugaad for Indians is kind of ingrained in their culture and the ethos.
Correct.
And I would term it as an ability to basically think of a creative idea or a creative solution with that and quick solution with the amount of limited resources.
Correct.
So that's innovation at the best.
Correct.
And that's how Jugaad works. So just to give you examples, recent example, I'm into engineering. I'm a BCom graduate, did my MBA in HR. I don't know E of an engineering, right? But while taking interviews, I'm sitting with a motor guy taking sales interviews. I need to know what the person is responding, right? And that's how that curiosity develops in me. I go on YouTube. So people ask, what is what is thermodynamics? I've studied that in back past in my school days, but uske time lagta hai to recollect.
Yeah.
So I revise that. I go on YouTube. I go on Google. I Google it. Thermodynamics के 3 principle है. I start correlating what he's answering.
Wow.
Right. Secondly, I use it in the time management. I specifically kind of use that matrix of time management, which again I have learned over internet, right? Fourthly, see, I'll just give you an innovative idea that I implemented while I was in Kotak Life Insurance. And see, we had a very strong channel called APC in Kotak Life, and we were attacked by our competitor brand. Attacked as in talent acquisition attack. And I got a call on a Saturday evening. We used to work Saturdays, 2 odd Saturdays, and I got a call on the Saturday evening from my boss that the competitor brand, I'm not taking the name for obvious reasons, that we are being attacked by that brand, and we don't intend to lose a single guy, and we need to counter attack. And she told me that I need all the branch heads of that brand with you, with their names, their numbers, which branch, everything.
Oh my God.
And Saturday evening, अब कल संडे की तैयारी है, तो I still thought, I just sat back and I thought कि let's do this. I mean, I cannot afford to lose my APC guys here. I mean, I want them, and it is one of the best channel of Kotak Life. And this direction were coming from our business head to my boss and then to me. So it had management involvement as well. So what I did is I was working with Apollo before. I had few guys whom I had recruited in Apollo from that brand. See, while you deal with people, you tend to interact with them. You tend to treat them well. That pays off. I had a lot of these guys who came in for for interview, and then I started coordinating with them. The end result, I took out of 42 branches, I took out 37 names, their name, number, their branches, and we counter attacked that brand.
Oh my God.
And that counter attack resulted in a call from the business head of that competitor brand to my business head that we are in a cold situation now. You will not hire from me, I will not hire from you. So I'm telling you, I mean, see, Jugaad works, but you need to know where to use that Jugaad well and implement that. Apart from that, creative solutioning also helps, because see, you become creative. Best of the creative minds come when you think of a jugaad,
Correct.
right? And yeah, I think it works well. I mean, I am fan of jugaad.
होना ही चाहिए. Like it's create it. I mean, you become more creative.
Absolutely.
हिमांशु, व्हाट आई फील कि बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स तो सभी के क्लियर होना चाहिए, चाहे आप हो, चाहे मैं हूँ, चाहे स्टूडेंट्स हैं या वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स हैं. तो मुझे लगता है जिसके बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स क्लियर हैं वो कुछ भी कर सकता है. सो सिमिलरली, डू यू recommend something or you follow something which is very very useful for you, like as a mentor or Instagram handles or some kind of a podcast, any book, anything which can help others?
See, I obviously endorse that fundamentals is the key, at the initial level and while you grow also, because those don't change, right? Uh, Let me just take a fantastic example here. While we go on campus recruitment, right, we just ask them fundamental questions, basics of engineering, basics. So if I just want to give an example for a mechanical engineer, I'll ask him what are three Newton's law. And to my surprise, people are not able to answer that because
Yeah.
they come prepared on a periphery. See, आजकल nobody wants to dirty their hands. ठीक है, the fun is in dirtying the hand, right? If you dirty your hands in technicalities, in core, in detailed of the subject, then things start changing for you, and you look for things from a different perspective. See, I obviously read a lot on the internet, not books, but yeah, I'm currently reading a book which is called as Competence at Work, which is a fantastic book, basically for HR. But anybody can read it, and it will give you how you can develop competence at work. Uh, I go through a lot of blogs. I go through a lot of podcasts, not only related to HR, but on overall, things. I go through. I'm very, very active on LinkedIn. I interact with people on LinkedIn, who are the industry experts, who are typically with youngsters, what they want, what they look out for. I get a lot of messages from the engineering college students, so I try to engage with them, give them my number, call. When they call them, I try to reply to their messages, and try to understand what is exactly going on in the field. That gives me a perspective to create something. Like iShine was not my idea. It was basically derived from one of my known on LinkedIn.
Wow.
Who tried to engage with me on LinkedIn and told me that, sir, ऐसा भी कुछ हो सकता है क्या जिसमें से we can, and I pitched it to my management.
Wow.
As of now, if you ask me with respect to transformers, with respect to motors, we have dearth of people. We don't find good, knowledgeable people in this. And to create, so see what happens is, uh, uh, industry also thinks from the perspective of stability. If we are investing in him for 1.5 year, we expect that person stays with us for 3 years, because by the time he learns transformer design, it will be 2.5, 3 years. And if he leaves after that, so I'm talking about mindset here. People think from a very closed and a short term mindset, which slightly horizon thoda bada karna chahiye. Think from a 5 year, 6 year perspective, and then see the magic happening. Because in 2 years you will not be able to learn something, and then you try to switch. Money, I know it is important, but knowledge is more important than that. वो थ्री इडियट्स में बोला गया है ना, काबिल बनो,
हाँ.
एंड कामयाबी आपके पीछे आएगी. So I relate to that a lot.
True. What do you, according to you, what is that one must-have skill which you believe in that everyone should have?
Oh, resilience, absolutely, undoubtedly. I think that gives you a sense of bouncing back from the setback. Uh, that I feel I felt at a very early stage of my career, and bounce back. That gives you sense of surviving in the uncertainties. right? So, or rather surviving, I'll say, pursue yourself to the end result in the uncertainty. It gives you, a lot of confidence in terms of learning from the failures, and you tend to get creative when you fail and overcome that failure. Resilience also plays a very important role to on your mental health.
True.
Yeah, so how you think is also important. um, so you've lost something and then you bounce back really helps you to go on in the career or in the personal life or in various stages of life, any circumstances maybe. It will give you a lot of you know uh, insights in terms of going on in the run.
So what do you feel, which all are the jobs which in at risk of, AI, because of AI, वो ऐसे कौन से जॉब्स हैं जो रिस्क में हैं, जो चले जाएंगे लोगों को लगता है?
See, as Mr. Narayan Modi said, right, that human का कोई replacement नहीं है. Human mind is a creative punch which cannot be replaced. Of course, AI adds value. It will give you an insight in terms of whatever topic you search, but it cannot replace human mind.
True.
But as rightly said, there would be few jobs like a data entry job, right, which AI can take care of, or a surveillance job, maybe AI can typically take care of, or a call center job, which we are already seeing that it has been taken care of.
Replaced.
So I think human brain cannot be replaced by any technology. Having said that, it can be just kind of a guiding line for human beings to typically take some input from, but it is being exploited at as a whole.
Yeah.
Uh, I would like to say one thing here is, see, AI is good for doing odd jobs. The creative part, I'll do it,
Wow.
right? So if we leave the creative part to the AI, then again it will be like you will not be able to answer what three laws of Newton's are in an interview. So it's better that you hands.
And what people should keep in mind while applying for the companies in the world of AI?
Yeah, I mean, companies are exploring a lot of AI options. There are interviews taken on AI. There are a lot of facial expressions being read by AI. See, if you know the topic, I think AI वगैरह कुछ matter नहीं करता, right? You be yourself. A company will not hire you if your culture will not fit in that, and
True.
I think you also should not join.
True.
See, what I always see is the aspiration of the person, right? If it is matching the what I can offer to a person from the aspiration perspective, I hire him. If he's of a higher aspiration and my company is not able to hire him, I say him, भैया नहीं हो पाएगा हमसे.
True.
And that's a fair point. It's not good for the candidate as well as for us, because that
Right.
person will not stay with me
Right.
because he's high aspirational. Having said that, uh, don't try to kind of, I've seen people, and on campus also we do some tests, and I give them that input that please don't try to snuggle your browser, or you'll get red listed, and then we will not take it, you'll not allow you
People
to.
do it?
People do it, absolutely do it. In every batch they do it. They, after being said that, they'll, so तीन chance होते हैं, so 2 times they'll do it.
Thank
Third chance
God,
नहीं करते हैं.
मेरे टाइम पे AI नहीं था.
But yes, see, it's also about not clearing that interview. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also about the value system that you bring in, है ना? And it is more important that it is not just snuggling through the interview process. At the end of the day, if you're not done well academically, हो सकता है कि आप you may snuggle through the interview process but end up in a sue. So take a conscious call. Be yourself is what I suggest. These tools are made for catching people who are who are malpracticing anything.
True.
But at the end of the day, these tools are effective to an extent, but of course cannot replace a human brain or a human interviewer, because it adds emotion which AI doesn't add.
Wow.
Right. I'll give you a fantastic example here. I had a person who came in from UP, and he came in front of me and he's kind of just flunked. एंड तो मेरे ब्रांच हेड ने बोला ये एक्टिंग कर रहा है जॉब के लिए. मैं बोला नहीं, देयर इज समथिंग सीरियस. तो वी आई टोल्ड हिम भैया हुआ क्या. आई गेव हिम वाटर एंड हुआ क्या आपको. प्लस सर सर रहने दीजिए, आई विल हैव अ डिस्कशन. बोला नहीं हुआ क्या आपको. बोला आई हैव नॉट हैड फूड फॉर लास्ट 2 days. मैं बोला व्हाट हैपेंड. So he said कि due to some land dispute his entire family got killed, and somehow he hid in the, वहाँ पे ना मट्टी के मटके बनते हैं और बड़े बड़े मटके बनते हैं जिसमें पानी स्टोर किया जाता है ताकि वो ठंडा रहे. तो वो पानी में वो 2 दिन था, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ विच ही गॉट सेव्ड एंड ही रैन एंड केम टू मुंबई. मैंने पूछा उससे मुंबई में कैसे सर्वाइव किया. ही सेड दैट आई हैव फ्रेंड्स हुआ जो मुंबई में रहते थे, उनसे कांटेक्ट करके मैं कैसे तैसे पहुंचा हूँ. लास्ट जो पैसे थे वो 2 दिन पहले ख़त्म हो गए. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई ऑलवेज कीप सम फ्रूट इन माई बैग. आई गेव हिम अ फ्रूट. ही एट दैट एप्पल इन हार्डली 15 seconds. एंड देन आई मेड हिम, आई कॉल्ड माई कैंटीन गाय. मैंने बोला इसको जो भी खाना आपको देना है, जितना भी देना है आप इसको दीजिए, पैसा मैं दूंगा, बट मेक हिम फर्स्ट, फीड हिम,
Comfortable.
make him comfortable. Then he got comfortable, he came with full energy, and I told him यहाँ सर जॉब क्या है. बोला अकाउंट खोलना है. बोला सर अकाउंट खोलने का जॉब है. बोला यस. बोला सर कितना अकाउंट खोलना है. मैंने बोला मंथ में 24. बस सर. तो बोला यस 24 अकाउंट्स. और सर ज़्यादा खोलें तो. बोला इंसेंटिव मिलेगा. बोला वो कितना मिलेगा सर. वो उसका स्लैब है, बताएंगे आपको. बोला सर डन सर. पर सर सिर्फ अकाउंट खोलने का जॉब है. मैं बोला हाँ. तो देन ही वॉज सरप्राइज्ड, एंड somehow I felt that spark in him. My branch head was not convinced. Although I didn't give that person to him, I gave it to some other branch. In the first month, he opened 38 accounts.
Wow.
Second month, he opened 48 accounts. 46, 48 accounts. And third month and month on month, he was achieving his targets and, earning incentives. So sometimes you have to see that emotional part is what I'm trying to explain you.
True.
Is important, and AI cannot fulfill that.
Do that.
So yeah, that's my submission on AI.
Wow. Thank you so much, Himanshu. It was really very interesting discussion with you, and it's so insightful. I mean, I'm sure that it is going to be very helpful for students as well as employers. I shine concept for a lot of companies, a lot of startups. I think they should follow it. Most of the MNCs are like having their own system strategies about hiring, but small organizations, MSMEs, they can get the idea how you should plan and
Connect with
strategize your hiring needs for coming future.
Correct.
So it was wonderful discussion with you, and thank you so much for being here on HR Scoop.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
sir.
Deepika, for this initiative. It's future. We've been told that we are a youth country, right? And providing jobs to the youth is corporate's responsibility. So and nurturing the talent is the corporate responsibility. So I think it's a great initiative, and thanks for making me part of this great initiative. It's pleasure is all
It's our
mine.
pleasure.
Pleasure is all mine, and great connecting with you. Thank you so
Likewise.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.